we're getting in contact with our international analyst, Ermelinda Malcotte, who is talking about the importance of the BRICS summit taking place right now in Rio de Janeiro. Welcome again, Ermelinda. You were telling us about petrodollars and the connection between Saudi Arabia and the U.S. The question was the importance of the larger BRIC that is now with the inclusion of 6 new countries as member states and 10 partner countries, and the importance that this union has to face Western hegemonic institutions.
Yes, and the fact that the new members are oil producer is very important, because if all the oil has to be sold into dollar, it means that all the country has to have access to the dollar and then has to be submitted to IMF and all the imperialist institutions that make a dollar available. So now we have a new configuration in which Saudi Arabia has not renewed the agreement with the United States to sell all its oil in dollars, so it can sell it in yuan, but we have also seen that India has been selling oil in its own currency, and so we are shifting to on very important energy, the commerce being made not in dollar but in national currency. So it is very important to challenge the dollar domination. This is one of the big facts that has come with the new integrations that we are doing now into the BRICS.
To de-dollarize the economies of the different nations that make up the BRICS and the international trade order in general is one of the objectives. What can you tell us about the other objective that BRICS as a group, as an alliance, has for achieving the different development goals of each member country?
Well, that several things on the topic of de-dollarization. We also have to stress that it's not only the commerce and the trade, but it's also investment and reserve currency that has to be established. And this is way more complicated mechanisms that they are discussing it, but it will take more time. So this is one thing. On the other hand, they are discussing about international organization, the integration into Security Council of the United Nations, other countries that the 5 that are already there, for example, a representation of Africa, but also to discuss the general regulation of commerce, because we have seen the tariff of the United States that are very aggressive and that are that have geopolitical intentions. There are also the problem of sanctions and how to construct bilateral and multilateral relations between the countries, avoiding the United States sanctions. So those are the big project. And also, of course, the topic of climate change and the topic of technological evolution, intelligence, artificial intelligence, and so on, biotechnology, so different topics. But the economical questions are very important on a geopolitical stage, which means not being dependent of the United States.
And beyond Brazil, how relevant is the expanded BRICS Plus bloc for Latin America and the Caribbean?
It's extremely important, and we have seen some tensions and some frictions into the integration of new countries from Latin America, especially because Brazil has vetoed the membership of Venezuela and of Cuba, and they have allowed to be, in the case of Cuba, a partner of the BRICS and not full member, and in the case of Venezuela, they have been allowed to be observer. So integration of Latin America is a huge topic. For the moment, we have seen a lot of integration into the Euro-Asian countries and also some African countries, and now we have to renew. I mean, there is a difficulty with Brazil, which is a huge country in South America. They have a regional interest, so they have been vetoing the integration of other countries and accepting the integration of Bolivia. So I think that it will mean that in the case of Cuba, Venezuela, and also Nicaragua, they have extremely strong ties and historical ties with Russia, China, and also more recently with Iran. So it will challenge the position of Brazil into the continent and offer a different kind of alliance into the country. It will open to Latin America countries and especially to the ALBA country a stronger position in front of the United States, which is a neighbor, of course, of those countries. So it's very difficult to live with that kind of neighbor. So it needs to be done. It needs negotiation with Brazil and with China, Russia especially.
Thank you, Ermelinda, for your time and your inputs here from the South. Unfortunately, we don't have time for more right now.
Thank you very much for the invitation, and sorry for the connections problem.
No, don't worry. It's always a pleasure to have you here with us from the South.